Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Transform Tales, the podcast where we explore the power of change in our lives and communities. I'm your host, Brooke Addis, and in each episode, we'll be chatting with inspiring individuals about transformations they have experienced, whether in their personal lives, careers, or the communities they serve. Today with me, I have... Say it.
Connor Kelly.
Yeah, see, it sounds better when you say it. That's why I had to let you do it.
Okay, fair enough.
Who is, in my eyes, granted, I am old in comparison to you, a local legend.
That's definitely saying something that's probably not true yet, but I appreciate the gesture.
I'm just saying, you're hard to find on the internet, and I think that's rather impressive.
Does that make me a local legend then if I'm off the grid that much?
Yeah, in 2025, if you're that off the grid, I feel like that is an accolade, but also in your line of work, might not be the best move.
It's a little counterintuitive. I understand. I've been told by my mother.
And me at least 4 times now.
Yes, and you as well. I don't know, it's a tough line to walk, be enigmatic about how you present yourself or be so out there that you're like a walking business card.
It's true. I'm sure you work with people who can't go anywhere without getting a high five or a hug.
I mean, I feel that way.
Oh, see?
I honestly, especially you know how Pittsburgh is. Like, I'm from Beaver County, and especially in Beaver specifically, Beaver is very small. They call it the Beaver Bubble. So when I get to go home there, it is very tight-knit. I like to go into bars and restaurants and see everybody I know. And after being in the city for so long, I feel like it's starting to feel the same way. I get to go to different neighborhoods and pop in on different people in the industry that I know, and it's a really nice feeling.
That actually just happened to us when we had coffee.
That's right.
We went to a spot you had not been to, and you're like, that's my friend. I'm like, oh, you don't even know he worked here.
It's a good feeling. Like, yeah. I was at Trace one night with a buddy of mine, and obviously Trace is always full of industry people. And I ended up chopping it up with like 2-3 different people for like half an hour, and he's like, how do you know all these people? And I mean, it's only been 2 years of me like working in the industry itself, but Pittsburgh's so small and like circles connect so easily, so it just kind of, I don't know, it started coming to fruition as of like the last year or so. Like, people just started looking more familiar to me.
I mean, you were recommended to me to use for your services.
Which is really nice. Shout out Keep Pittsburgh Dope. Shout out Chancellor Humphrey.
If you've ever heard of him.
Gang.
If you've ever heard of him.
Yeah, if you've ever, small influencer in the city.
That was so nice of you to give him a shout out there.
Oh, of course. I owe a lot to him. I owe a lot to a lot of people, and he's one of them.
I love that. Well, thank you for being here today.
Thanks
Super
for having
excited.
me.
Of course. I want to start off with you telling everyone who's listening or watching, whatever they prefer, a little bit about you. Whatever you want to share.
Oh, about me?
We don't need to start in the womb, if that's all right.
No, that's fine. That's fair. It was a little while ago.
Yeah.
Quarter of a century ago, just about.
Whew. Yikes.
I know.
25 was a good year for me, though, so enjoy it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm coming up. 24 is coming to a close, so. No, I mean, like you said, I'm local. I'm from Beaver County. I grew up there. I grew up in Beaver. And I went to Point Park when I was 18, obviously, and I was on the soccer team there. I played soccer my entire life. And I started,
Same.
yeah,
there
you go. And so I started doing broadcast production and like video stuff when I was about like 15 in high school, like by sheer accident. I was in like the wrong elective at the start of a semester, and they're like, this is the last thing we have left, and it was broadcast production. And I was like, sure, why not? And at that time, it was called the WECO. That was the program, like WEKO, like a radio call sign.
Yeah.
And I remember like when I was in elementary school and in middle school, like I remember hearing about the WECO because that's back when like YouTube started to pop off and video became more prevalent. So the WECO was like a really cool thing. But then it hit like a lull point about like 2015 when I came in. So, for lack of a better term, it was kind of not full of deadheads, but like, those kind of groups of people in high school, which I have no prejudice against them at all. They're some of my friends, but it was like one of those electives that you could like bore off on, like you didn't have to do too much. But I became really interested with it pretty quickly and started making movies and became the executive producer of the program for 2 years. Started up a show that I guess we can call it a show called Inside the Dam, where we would recap every football game and like talk to people in the stands. And like in our eyes, it was just like a simple little project, but it gained like a lot of traction, and people really liked it. And it basically became like a digital memoir to what we would do at football games and whatnot. And it was just like good coverage of high school, being able to look back on those memories. So that's kind of where my journey began, per se.
So would it be safe to say that you transformed?
Yeah, certainly. I transformed in that role because I think I wanted to be like an architect when I was like a freshman. And then I wanted to be a writer. Like I would tell like my teachers I'd like to write for the Post-Gazette or the Trib.
Okay. Still local.
Yeah, I mean, I love Pittsburgh. I never really had dreams of moving away. Everybody wants to like be in a different space, and like I feel the same to this day. Like I would like to move out, not permanently. Like I do see myself being here just because I have so much connection here, and I do truly love the area. But yeah, I think that Pittsburgh is just such a great place, especially in like my kind of network. It's really proven to be not easy, but manageable to thrive in the artistic space in Pittsburgh.
Well, tell us, the people who are listening who don't know you as, not that I know you very well, but more about what you're doing now. Because obviously when you're in high school, you take on this project you didn't really want to be a part of, kind of a little bit of an inspirational spark, end up at Point Park. At that point, what got you to today, where you were out there running a business with a collaborator and shooting for local?
I'll definitely preface it with that I'm not running it. I have to give all the credit to Cody Baker.
I'm sorry.
Well, I would hate, to take any credit that's not mine. I mean, I
didn't fact check that one.
No. Well, I got to give him his flowers, of course. I owe a lot to him. But yeah, I mean, I thought I wanted to do movies and whatnot when I went to Point Park, and I started in broadcast production, which is like more news and like live camera work. But for some reason, I thought I wanted to pivot into like proper movie making, so I went to cinema production. It was a little hard, and like my freshman year was like really out of whack, so I didn't do too well that semester. So I went back to broadcast my sophomore year and like crushed it. And I was like, okay, let's just go on this path. But I stumbled into more photography than videography probably that sophomore year. I started taking photography classes and shooting for the athletic department.
That's awesome.
Yeah, shooting basketball, volleyball, whatnot, whatever the SID, Kevin Taylor, shout out to Kevin Taylor, wanted me to do.
I'm going to link a lot of people in this episode.
I mean, I have to pay homage when I can. I mean,
I love it.
I will never, take full responsibility for what I do. Like I owe a lot to a lot of people. So I'll always pay it back. But yeah, I mean, I started doing pictures probably around then. Like, 'cause I wasn't really in photography in high school. It was more videography. But yeah, like another one of these like little weird transitions that I didn't like try to put myself into that. It just kind of fell in my lap, and I enjoyed it. Sports photography was fun. I obviously grew up around sports and played sports my entire life, so it fit really well. And through there, I was the apprentice with the SID, and I basically just did whatever he needed me to do, which mainly at that time was photography. And then I transitioned into like the director of broadcasting and the president of the Sports Comm Club. So doing a lot of that fun stuff with like live video switching, and I still took pictures now and then. And I continued with athletic photography with the Washington Wild Things for 2 years, which is great. At first, I was like, I really don't want to drive out to Washington every night of the summer. It seems like a huge chunk of my time. As like a 19-year-old, I was selfish. I was like, I don't want to do that. But I did it, and I definitely don't regret it. Shout out to Kyle Dawson, another great person
Kyle.
in my life. He helped me get into that role and thrive in that role for 2 years. Yeah, I actually stumbled into the next part of my job too. I was working at Shop 412, which is actually this shirt right here.
All right, someone link that.
If you don't know Shop 412 by now, you're a little bit behind or under a rock in Pittsburgh. But yeah, I was working there for a couple years. And Cody Baker, who owns Creative Drink, which is who I work for now, was doing collaborations with 412 on like some canned cocktails and whatnot, and some T-shirts and this and that. And during a release, I think it was either his release or when John Geiger released with 412 that I just mentioned to him, because I had gone to Creative Drink events in the past, because it was just like a really cool out of the box kind of community event downtown, where it wasn't just like we're gonna go to a bar, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna go do that. Like it's gonna be outside, lemonade stand or ski lodge. Those are the events that he held, and I thought they were super cool. And I knew who he was. He was like a local influencer. And I just mentioned to him at that 412 event that if he ever needed help to let me know. And about probably like 6 months later, he reached out, and 2 years later, we are operating as like a two-man business pretty much, doing a lot of content creation and social media management for local businesses and different freelance projects. John Geiger is another one of our clients who we like to represent. He's always pays back to the city as well, which is something that we love. So yeah, doing all this kind of work in this space has been really rewarding. And I'm really happy where I'm at, even though yet again, it's not something that I like properly sought out, even though I put it in Cody's mind. It wasn't like, I'm going to get out of college and do food and beverage and like lifestyle photography. I just kind of, I just kind of went with the flow, and now I'm here.
But I mean, looking back on it now, do you think if you wouldn't have mentioned something to Cody, he would have even...
No.
Exactly.
No shot.
You shot your shot.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Threes all day.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I try to do. I did that with another company I work for now, Steel City Visuals. Shout out Kyle Jennings.
Lots of Kyles.
Yeah, he plays soccer in like the Pittsburgh soccer realm. And I'd mentioned him too because he owns a content creation company. If you ever needed help, to let me know. And then eventually he did. So that's what I try to do. Like, I really like to collaborate with as many people as possible because, like I said, bringing it back to Pittsburgh, being able to connect circles is so great in my eyes. Like, I just love the community aspect and like making friends and whatnot. So yeah, I think, I was able to put myself in those positions, but you have to work hard to an extent, and build that opportunity.
Well, I think that gives everyone a very clear picture of how you don't have to know what you want to do to end up doing something you love.
Yeah, I mean, you go through this like quarter life crisis that some people talk about. My aunt even sent me a book called Quarter Life Crisis because I, like, right out of college, it was a little nerve wracking. That's when I first started with Cody. But I had a lot of like personal life things happen to me at that time that like I was just like scrambling to try and figure out like what the hell to do. Because work wasn't like super potent at that time. Like, we had a couple little things going on, but it's not like it is today. So I really didn't know what to do. So it was worrisome for a little bit, but I just kind of put my faith in, my ability to be a creator and my ability to like make connections. And I've rode that way for 2 years, and so far it's worked out.
Well, that's how you landed yourself here.
That is true. That one domino that fell, now I'm in a podcast studio, which I never thought would happen.
Worried about your fresh haircut.
Yeah, I didn't plan that either, but
yeah,
honestly, a little Freudian slip, that works out for me.
I love that. Well, so you're a little farther into your career, obviously, than when you were kind of scrambling at the end of college. When you think back to when you were younger, was there any part of you that thought, one day when I grow up, I'm going to be shooting photography and videography for different sectors of work?
No, I don't think like I even thought like that during college. I really do fly by the seat of my pants, and I don't know if that's bad to say because like some people really have their life planned out like to the T and know exactly what they want to do. But I usually am like a very like one day at a time kind of guy. Like, I was really big on sports. High school soccer was huge to me. And I loved making videos then too. And I thought that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't have like this grandiose picture of like, I'm going to shoot video for like this, that, other company, whatever. It was just like, I'm going to try and land on my feet in that sector. Because at first it was like, I want to write for the Trib or the Post-Gazette, but then things changed. And then from that point on, it was just like, whatever happens is going to happen. So no, I definitely did not have this idea in my mind that like I was going to be in the arts to this extent.
Do you remember, or was there a dream you had when you were little about like, when I grow up? Like, mine was I wanted to be a vet. Did you have one?
Yeah, I wanted to be a professional soccer player.
Well, there's still time. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, shit, I still play, but no.
Aren't the Riverhounds making a run for the MLS? Like, you could get...
Yeah, they are. They plan to be in the MLS, so I've heard.
There you go.
Which is a buy-in system, which is not the way to
I'm so sorry.
approach soccer. I would just like to put that on the record.
Oh.
Not that anybody cares, but like that on the record.
What's really funny is the next person I'm supposed to record with works for the Riverhounds.
Really?
So.
If they're true, I mean, I'm sure they're great people, but if they know that it should not be a buy-in system to get to the MLS. It should be promotion relegation.
All right, clip that. That's the clickbait. That's what we're using.
Yeah, you clickbait that. Nobody's going to watch it. The soccer audience in Pittsburgh is not going to be, gung-ho about...
No, I think controversial takes always make for the best clickbait. So.
Well, I'm not lacking in that department, I'm sure. I'll bite my tongue for now.
Okay, well, we'll come back at a coffee conversation, not a recording. What's your view on that one?
No, I'll keep it light for now.
No, which is great. Hey, I love the honesty. I think people appreciate that, and
you are. Yeah, I try to be as genuine as possible. I would hate to be somebody I'm not.
Your career is obviously evolving. I know we lightly touched on this when I saw you a week or two ago. Do you have any big plans in the immediate future? like before the end of 2025, am I going to see you shooting, I don't know, the World Series or, I mean, like the draft and stuff is coming to Pittsburgh. There's a lot of big things. Like the U.S. Open is going to be here. I know those are all sports related, but a lot of big things are happening in the city with funding and events. Like, are you guys, if you're allowed to disclose, locked into any of those? Or?
No, I mean, obviously the draft is huge. I shoot real estate for like people trying to rent out stuff for Oakmont in the U.S. Open. So like in that realm, I guess. But
I saw a house listed for like $32,000 for a week.
Oh yeah, like I shot a house yesterday in Fox Chapel. That's like $2.5 million that they're gonna rent out for that. I didn't sign an NDA on that, so I hope I can say that. But
you get back to me, we'll get rid of it if we need to.
Yeah, can we cut that? Like, I can't do that.
Peter's really good. He'll help.
Okay.
Shout out to Peter.
But no, I don't. Grandiose. I don't know. I don't like putting like these like written in stone goals of mine because like if I don't reach them, I'm gonna really beat myself up about it. I have like ideas. I think we want to be in a studio space where we can host events and work out of there and do product photography. I think that's like a pretty general goal of mine and ours. But other than that, like I think it's just to gain as much clientele as possible, like true genuine clientele. Make as many connections as we can, continue to stay comfortable and expand into exactly what we've been doing for 2 years and just try to get to that next level. I think every year has definitely evolved from, making little to nothing to being sustainable as an adult. Each year has changed. So I think my goal every year is to just make sure it's the same or better. Because I really, like I said, I just don't want to have any like set in stone goals.
No.
I mean, I have things like in the future that I'm like, this was like, if I don't reach this, it's going to be disappointing.
Oh, okay.
But like in 2025, I just want to continue to like be happy and have fun. Really.
I mean, I love that. Also, I know you recently shared with me that, you're an adult now. Like you have a car payment. So
yeah, a lot of payments. It's like nobody told me about this like adult shit.
No, how come when we're in high school, they're like, okay, you need to take this class to learn how to do an Excel sheet. You need to do this, but they're not like, do you know how much money you owe on a credit card and what that actually means?
Yeah, like do you know how much you need to put away for especially self-employed? Like, you know how much you had to put away for taxes and like how much you have to pay in bills and this, that. Like, I mean, there's some classes like I took financial literacy in high school, but
they didn't go in depth enough.
No, we were like talking about like stock portfolios. And
they didn't set you up to be an entrepreneur. Like what were they doing?
No, I mean, luckily I'm blessed with my Kelly side of my family, who are a lot of them are entrepreneurs. So I definitely have some expertise in that side of things to help me out. But I just always try to remind myself that everybody's done it before. And if, I'm not going to be the first one to fail, like I won't let that happen.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. You just get kind of thrown into the deep end and, it's been 2 years, which is crazy to think that for an adult, I've only been here for 2 years. So I really do feel like I'm still like coming out of college, like trying to figure out how to live.
Well, I think it speaks a lot to the person you are though, because it's funny to say that like you kind of just you were going with what's happening, but then you fell into these really great opportunities that you have helped make sustainable and can be leading to long-term success and things that you actually want to take on, collaboratively or otherwise. So
yeah, I think
that's you, man. Don't sell yourself short. No imposter syndrome.
No,
everyone who comes on here always does that. They never give themselves shout out to yourself, actually.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm my own biggest critic, so I'm never gonna like be too like chest out about like what I do, because I don't want to be that guy and then it all fall apart and then be like, oh, look at Connor, he was talking all this shit about how successful he was and then like it all hit the fan. So I try to stay as humble as possible about things because it's really never enough. I think that's something that I've lived by over the last year, that like the success has come over the last like 2 years and I'm like, oh wow, I can like live comfortably and like do what I want to do and like reach these goals, like live in this apartment and have these friends and like have this lifestyle, but it's never enough. Like I refuse to like be complacent about things because, complacency is practically death. Like you're just going to allow yourself to stop. Like Casey Neistat has a very good analogy on it, and I'm sure I'll butcher it, but he said that life is like a moving sidewalk in an airport. If you stop, you're just on the same path as everybody else. You have to run to get ahead.
Yeah. Because
you just go double as fast as, the pace of life. He has like a 30-second, like very short film about that. Because shout out Casey Neistat. Not that he'll ever watch this, but he is like my inspiration.
I think shoot your shot and put this right in the DMs.
Oh yeah, hopefully that'd be great.
Just snip that right there.
Well, I've been watching him since I was like 15, and he's like one of the greatest organic filmmakers, in my opinion. Just the way that he has built himself up, like his story is incredible. So I'm glad to have like somebody like that to look up to, especially like in this day and age. Like he started on YouTube and he had a show on HBO back in the day, and he just like built his own way out, and he started broke as a joke, and now he's like super successful, and he's a really good role model.
Sounds like the beginnings of a really good story. You could be doing the same.
I know, that'd be great, wouldn't it? No, I think it'll all work out. I mean, as long as I keep my head down.
Yeah, keep doing the thing. Well, don't sell yourself short. I don't think you have to be walking around big chested, but in the time that I have known you, I think you do good work. And everyone who I did do research before I was like, yeah, I'm gonna work with this guy. No one said anything bad.
That's good.
So
that's really good.
That's always great.
I
wouldn't be offering to connect you with people within my network if I didn't think you were good people.
Yeah, I think about that too, and I'm like, because I never like look at a shoot and I'm like, this is the best work I've ever done. Every time I do it, I'm like, it's done.
Yeah,
I did it, and it's good. Like I shot for Ray Mowers not too long ago, and I went back like at like 1 a.m. one night and like went through the whole gallery of photos. Because at first I was like, it was a real low light shoot, so like, and I can't bring any flash on that kind of shoot, because it was like panel speakers.
Mm-hmm.
So I was shooting super high ISO, which some photographers agree with, some don't, but like at the end of the day, it's what I had to do. And super high ISO means you get a lot of noise in your photos because it's artificial brightness pretty much. And I was like, ugh, like I don't know how well these are gonna turn out. Like I'm getting the shots for sure, like you can see very clearly the shots are there, but like we'll see like how it turns out. And I went back and looked, and I'm like, oh wow, like this is actually pretty good. Like, because I always try to go over my checklist. Like I need smiles, I need handshakes, I need this, I need that, I need wide establishing, whatever, and then like some artsy stuff too. And so I deliver what I deliver. I don't even think about it. Like obviously I know like what I'm choosing, and like, but once I go to edit, it's just like colors. Like that's all I'm focused on. So I go back at 1 a.m. this night, check it out, and I'm like, wow, every single shot, there's somebody smiling or a handshake or like a really nice shot of somebody focused. Like I'm not getting just like bad shots of like motion blur and like this, that, the other. Like, and then I'm like, oh shit, maybe I do know what I'm doing. Like maybe I'm recommended for a reason. And like, I even hate saying that because then I feel like
I understand.
I'm like being too bravado about it.
No,
but like you said, like don't sell yourself short, but that's all I do constantly is like sell myself short.
But you shouldn't. And we were just talking about this. I think especially someone who works in a line of work like yours where it can start out very gig based before it becomes sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to be part of the brand. Like the way that you like gave Cody his accolades and shouted out Creative's drinks, like you didn't have to do that. But that is part of like what is going to keep you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to authenticity and like being genuine. Not that I'm saying like I'm some like beacon of authenticity, but like I said, I just try not to be somebody that I'm not. Like I never am going to be like, I could do this without him. I can do this without him because like I'm the best. Like look at these photos. Like no, like thank you God, thank you everybody for helping me because I need it. Like I would love to have like paved the way myself completely. Like some people have. Like I mean Cody could probably shout out some people that helped him out, but like in my eyes, like he did a lot of it on his own. Like that's why I give credit to him because he helped me a ton, and I'll always be thankful for that. But I'll never walk around like trying to look better than I am. Like I constantly will try and pay it back because otherwise I think really if I fail and I act that way, I'm just gonna be like, wow, you look like a jackass.
Well, no one's gonna wanna throw you the like life jacket if that does happen either.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's no trust there, like you said, no authenticity. And I also don't think, especially after COVID and like the world being closed and us not having personal interaction, I think even more than ever, people don't like that kind of persona. And
no, of course not.
It's not fun.
No, I mean, I think I constantly say that this kind of work and like, I mean, it goes for a lot of lines of work, but especially in what I do and certainly what you do as well, that half the work, if not more, is connections and networking. I mean, everybody knows that. Network is your net worth. But you can be the best of the best, like the best photographer or the best project manager, or this, that, the other. But if you have like zero personality, zero like networking skills, you're not going to get as far as somebody who's maybe like half as good as you, but has like 3 times the connection ability and the networking ability, because they're going to trust them more because they're like, oh, the product is good. and their personality is good and they're good people, and beyond like the work relationship, like I can see them being like a friend. And that's what we try to do with a lot of clients is like, we're going to deliver the best quality content that we can, but we want to be accessible to you, not only as like a work partner, but like you can connect with us on a personal level. Like we're going to bounce ideas off each other. And like, it's just not like some like statuesque person that's like shows up like real robotic. Like this is what we're doing. And like, this is all you're going to get out of me is the work. Like you have to be able to be personable and network. And I think that definitely has helped me a lot. Not to pat myself on the back,
but it is something you critiqued yourself before we even started and said it's something that in your line of work you also need to be better at, because you're like, we just talked about this. To me, you are Connor Kelly.
I am Connor Kelly. Yes.
Like, yes, literally, but it also like it is the brand. So
that's why I changed my name, because I'm like, that is the brand. Like
what do you mean changed your name?
On Instagram.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Instagram.
Did I miss a name iteration?
No,
there?
It wasn't like Hollywood. I didn't change my name to make it sound better. Like one night I just came home and I was like, I need to like brand myself better. I know it used to be Connor K24, which is just like my like middle school handle that I had. I'm like, I am Connor Kelly. Like I like my name. My name's cool.
It is cool. Very impactful.
Like it's very nice whenever people come up to me like, "Hey, are you Connor Kelly?" And I'm like, "Oh, I like hearing that. That's pretty nice." Like, yeah, I am.
Yeah, put that on a business card. That's
yeah. Yes, I am Connor Kelly.
Yeah, I mean that, and just like QR code for like all your like portfolio. That'd be pretty hard.
Yeah, I need to do all that.
Oh, go.
Yeah, because like you said, off the grid a little bit too much for my line of work. So with this podcast, I think I'm definitely gonna use it to jumpstart a little bit more of my personal brand, because it's very counterintuitive for me to say all these things and they're like, well, where are you on the internet?
Well, I will say one thing. You know this about me, but my path to get to the job I'm in now would not make sense on paper if you looked at it. I do not have this great science and technology degree that would put me in a position to be working with such a fabulous firm. But my network, who I am as a person, and the brand, and that's no matter where you end up working, whether that's for yourself, with Cody, you guys branch in different directions. You as a person, like your integrity and the brand that you've created as a professional is what's going to impact where you succeed and fail. So
yeah, I think, that's a really good point, because it does, like we said, it all goes back to networking. Like you can just find yourself in these different niches of life by sheer coincidence. Like it'll just fall into your lap because they believe that you can do it, even though it might not be like your area of expertise. They just believe in you as a person. Like
you like Connor Kelly.
Like, yeah, like you had mentioned that day whenever Cody put on the on Instagram that he was going to fire me. It was a joke. Hopefully it was a joke.
I sent him a message. I sent both of you a
message.
I
know, and you're like, do I need to get you a job? Like, I don't work in that sector either, but like if you trusted me to do that, like I guess that speaks a little bit to me, at least, because I don't live in that world at all. And I'm sure the people before you were like, oh, well, Brooke doesn't have this experience, but I'm sure she can learn it, because we think that she's knowledgeable and smart, and we know her as a person. So we trust her to dive into this world, and here you are however many years later.
Yeah, exactly. I love this. This is good. You came in here and you worried about your hair and yeah.
Don't say that.
Hey.
No, I wasn't.
No, he was. It's all good. It's all good. If someone is in a similar situation to you, I would say like on your way into and out of college, would you have any advice or like guidance you'd give? Like if you were talking to your past self, or someone who, when you go back to Point Park for an alumni event, like what would you say?
I would say just basically trust the process. Like, as long as you work hard, like, I really don't think that you can fail, honestly. Like, if you just continue to work hard, I just think whether it be God or the universe or whatever, will just put you in the right place, and put you on the right path. Like, it's obviously very worrisome throughout college, unless you're, really focused and like driven on like where you want to be. I mean, that's like how it is for like doctors and stuff. Like they know,
like an accountant.
Yeah, like they know, like I'm gonna be this. Like I didn't really know, you know. So like somebody in this position, like who might be doing sports photography or might be doing like criminal justice, but might want to like change. Like you never know. I would say literally just trust the process, make as many connections as possible, and like just be overtly friendly. Like it's no chip or like skin off my back to be friendly to people. And like I always go out of my way to be very yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am to people, because I just think it speaks volumes at the end of the day that you're a nice person. So as long as you work hard, be a nice person, and like at least have some, basic goals in mind, you'll probably be fine. Everybody's done it before you, so you probably won't let yourself fail.
I love
So
that.
I would say at least follow your craft as well. Like find your passion, and then allow that hard work and that dedication and that personality to carry you through your journey.
I love that. Well, I didn't prompt you with this question, so you might not like
Oh,
this.
great.
But I'm saying this as you to yourself. Do you like your boss? Like,
Yeah, and you mean Cody?
no. I actually mean you. I know that technically,
Like I'm my own boss.
yeah, like in the sense that you are part of your own work. And do you like your boss? What's your feedback for your boss? What do they need to work on? Connor Kelly to Connor Kelly.
Time management, probably.
Oh,
Time management, and I think always creativity. Like sometimes the creativity dips.
okay.
And I was meeting with somebody the other day, Jordan Henderson, um, amazing drone pilot, great content creator, and we met for like 3 hours. And it was fantastic. Like such a good. That's just another one of those things. Like I didn't have to do that, and he didn't have to do that either. But like we sought out each other to connect on like a level of creators and just as friends and whatnot. And like just that talk itself like brought a lot of creativity back to my mind, which was nice because like I said, you do go through these like troughs and these lull periods where you just might not be feeling it as much as before. But I would say, yeah, mostly time management and creativity. I, 2 years ago, I probably didn't love myself as much as I do now. So I'm
Mhm.
very, very happy that I'm in that place because I can say, I guess, Connor Kelly to Connor Kelly, boss to myself, that I am very happy and proud with where I'm at. Because if I wasn't, then, I probably wouldn't want to do this podcast because I wouldn't trust that this is the right thing that I'm doing. So I would say, like, good job so far. Never get complacent, but just work on these little things, time management and like routine.
I love that.
Definitely, because once you're in a routine, it just becomes a lot easier, and I struggle with that.
Well, your job and creatives in general have a lot of autonomy, so I
Mhm.
do see how even in a creative process, like if you start flowing and something turns into 3 hours from one,
Yeah,
it just happens.
yeah. I had like an extra hour to work after that, and then I met somebody else at the coffee shop, and I talked with them. So like, things just happen.
Yeah.
Like somebody asked me to hang out earlier in the week, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to let you know after Monday because everything comes in Monday, and I have to figure out like how my week's gonna look because it's very like the spontaneity of my work
Yeah.
is very apparent.
Like if Google's office in Bakery Square called tomorrow, you're going.
Yeah,
If you have the time, like I'll
yeah,
make it work.
yes. Like a shoot popped up yesterday, an hour before the shoot was scheduled for, and I was about to go to the gym, and I'm like, all right, I'll go do it, and I'll just reschedule my day. It's what I have to do.
I love that.
Yeah, and like hanging out with friends and working out and trying to like stay knowledgeable on things like news and world politics and whatever, or like
All the technology too that you work with.
yeah, like it's just like so many moving parts of your day that it's like hard to be in a routine as somebody who's self-employed or an entrepreneur. Like it's different if you're in a 9 to 5. Like that's your routine and that's great. And I've been there before. I used to work like 7 to 3, and then after that my day was done, and I would feel like a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders.
You could shut it off.
Yeah, but like now I feel like I'm kind of always on, but I also have that freedom when I have days where I don't have to do very much.
Do not disturb.
Yeah, well, people hate me for that. They're like, "You're a do not disturb warrior," and
Oh,
I'm like, once it hits 5, it used to be all day, every day. I would have do
okay.
not disturb on, but now it's like after 5, it's on because I just don't like. That's
Boundaries are
another thing
good.
I hate. I mean, it sounds like
It's so
pot.
backwards.
Yeah, like very backwards. I'm gonna say I hate being on my phone, but I really do. I
As
try.
I've been reading all the questions off of mine, I so apologize to
Well,
you.
no, it's like you wake up and you're like, I gotta go scroll. Like, no, you don't. It's one of those habits you have to break too.
No, I totally agree. I did. I have a dog, and he's about to be 12, so he's getting older. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, we know they don't live forever. But I broke myself to the habit of waking up and checking my phone.
Mhm.
And I wake up and I go pet him, and we go straight out. And then, if weather abiding, because this is Western PA,
Mhm.
we do a walk around the block,
Yeah, there
which
you go.
is a lot more fulfilling and a better way to spend my first hour of the day.
Yeah, it's like incredibly different. Like
Yes.
everybody is just attached to their phone. Obviously, it's the first thing they think of when they wake up, and like I fall in that habit sometimes too. But if you put yourself in the habit of doing something else, it just takes like 2, 3, 4 days a week to do it, and then it becomes muscle memory.
Yeah.
And it's like really hard for people and myself to get over that hump. of like making a new routine or making a new habit. Like if you skip the gym for 3 days, then 3 days becomes a week and 2 weeks. But if you only skip it for 1 day or 2 days, and you come back the third, then you're back, you're back
You
in
can
your
do
routine.
it.
You're fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the most important things when you wake up is to see sunlight, to like get sunlight in your eyes immediately
Oh.
and not have artificial light be the first thing you see.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it like helps with your circadian rhythm and whatnot. And
Like
you're
the Drake
your
song? I'm kidding.
I don't listen to Drake anymore.
Oh, fair. Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But no, it helps with like your cortisol levels and whatnot. But that's another good thing to like get out, see sunlight, and take a walk, and just get your day started and like have these like little victories, like make your bed or
I'm also avid about making my bed.
right away.
When I was little, my dad convinced all of myself, my siblings, that if we did not make our bed, it would be filled with spiders. Obviously, that isn't true.
You don't think that way when you're younger. They're like,
Nope.
damn.
And
is he
now
right?
it's an irrational. So that bed is made.
I'm not there yet. I make it every now and then.
It's going to be filled with spiders, Connor.
Well, some days I'll wake up and like, I'm like, I gotta get going right now. Boom. And like, I don't know.
Time management.
Yeah, but if I make my bed, 3 times in a row, I'll probably just keep doing it. But I wake up and I'm like, all right, time to go get a shower. And
I'm
then
going to put a reminder on my calendar to text you next week to see if you've started making your bed.
Did you make your bed?
Actually, that might be weird. I'm definitely going to sound like your mom there, so I'm not going to do that.
Hey, did you make your bed today?
You're going to be like, what are you? We have a shoot later. What are you talking about?
Like, no, I'm busy.
I love this. Well, this is great. I'm glad you came on. I honestly, can I be fully transparent?
Yeah, be transparent.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were going to say no.
Why?
Because you don't exist on the internet, except in a very small little corner. I thought you were going to be like, hey, maybe later, but not right now. And you're also pretty busy. So I appreciate you making the time.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I appreciate being on. Yeah, I mean, I like staying, enigmatic about how I present myself and like staying off the internet at least a little bit. Some
Okay.
people will probably argue that I'm on it. But
For work, different.
yeah, work and personal side, but no, I enjoy being asked questions, honestly. Like I enjoy being interviewed. I think it's fun. Like I think I got a lot of jobs when I was younger because I gave good interviews.
Oh, cool.
Like I just think that I'm a decent speaker. So, and I know you too. It's not like I'm coming into something like completely raw. Like I don't know any of this or this
So
person or
awkward.
the questions or whatnot. Yeah. And I don't know. I enjoy speaking because it gives me confidence. Like, oh, I know how to talk. Like I know how to answer questions.
So you should revert back to when you wanted to be a writer. You should write a book about photography, and then you should do an audio book.
Well,
Does that tie it all together?
kind of. I do want to write a book. I've thought about writing a book for like the last year. I would love to, like when I'm older. I don't know how much older, because I would like to write it about like early 20s and whatnot. Because it's been such a transformative period over the last 2 years. It's I mean, I'm not the first person to figure this out, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Like it's really difficult. And I can chalk it up to this, that, or the other. But like everybody has their problems.
Mhm.
But the amount that has changed in my life and transformed is crazy. It's been really difficult, and I'm sure I'm not the only one to ever feel that way. So if I could be able to write a book down, like at least be inspirational about things, like I try to put this kind of knowledge onto my younger siblings, because I really do like being a leader of sorts.
Mhm.
I kind of like being looked up to, I guess, a little bit. It's a nice feeling. I always wanted to be like a focal point of things. Like I enjoyed that a lot through college. Like being the president of Sports Comm Club, I was the captain of the soccer team for a little bit, and just like a focal point of our friend group, I guess, because I was American and we had a lot of like international guys, so like they would look to me for like what to do and like whatnot. And I always enjoy that because I enjoy like the responsibility of things. And I remember when I first started working with Cody, I would always tell him like, just give me more. Like I want the responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if anyone listening has not met you, which everyone you shouted out better be supporting and getting their accolades here.
Yeah.
I think you've given a very good picture of who you are as a person, but also as a professional, from the personal side of it, which I commend you on being able to put a personal touch on what you do professionally, because that's the people that I know that succeed in the things they're passionate about. That's the thing that they are best at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want anybody to look at me and like have something bad to say, because like I analyze myself a lot. So like, God forbid somebody analyzes me and finds something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's not genuine. He's not, he's like artificial in this sense. It just would like break my heart, honestly. Like I would beat myself up so much for that. So Yeah, I don't know. I like connecting with people. I just think that like as long as I present myself the way that I am, so far over 25 years, just about it's worked. Like
Unless you have a quarter life crisis.
no, I think hopefully I've passed that.
That's what you call the book, Life Before.
Life before and life after.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I like being genuine. I like making connections. I think it's, proven dividends not only in my professional and like relationships within the city, but like even with like my family.
Mhm.
There's nothing I love more than being with my family and connecting with like not even like immediate like great aunts and uncles and whatnot, like family reunions. Like I love that. Like I love being able to go back and like pay it back to them and hang out with them and like realize that like I'm genuine because these people were genuine too.
Yeah, you learned and grew up with that, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's a really big part of my life is my family. I think that's
Shout out to them.
yeah. Shout out to the Connor side of my family. That's my fun fact.
Oh, tell
Yeah.
me, lay it on me. That was going to be my closing question, so you're wrapping this up all naturally.
Oh,
Go ahead,
yeah?
Connor Kelly.
That's my mother's maiden name is Connor, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, so everybody has their little joke. Oh, what if you're Connor? Like, oh man, my parents didn't think about that. Like, no, there's always gonna be Connor Kelly. But yeah, my mother's and my family's maiden name is Connor, Conner, which is
ER.
slightly unorthodox. I have now learned.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like partially why I love my name so much, like, because they gave it to me, and I was my mother's firstborn, and I'm pretty sure I was the first like grandchild of like that generation, like,
Cool.
so it was nice to like, I don't know, like I do see myself a little bit as like a focal point in my family, just because I was like the first son
You
of
anchor
my
everybody together, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I enjoy the responsibility. Not that like I sought this out or anything, but I love being able to like have my cousins look up to me and like make my uncles and aunts and my grandmother proud, my grandfather proud. Like that's all I strive for. And shout out to my Kelly side too. Like I love my Kelly side of my family. Everybody's so great over there. That's my like entrepreneurial side.
Uh-huh.
I give a lot of credit to my sister. She's amazing. She's such a hard worker. My dad's great. My grandmother's great. Rest in peace to both my grandfathers. I've never wanted anything more in my life than to just make people proud, honestly, because
I love
it
that.
just fills me with such gratitude. Like coming back from soccer games and having people like happy for me was always just like the best feeling in the world. So like when I hear my mom or somebody like brag about what I'm doing, I'm like, damn, like this is a really nice feeling.
I'm gonna stop there. I don't think there's anything else I can ask you that was the most natural and wonderful end to this.
Yeah, that's the truth though. Like I don't mean to be folksy about it or anything. Like that's literally how I think. Like I am genuine in how I approach things. Like that is
You can hear it when you speak.
Yeah, that is so like potent in my mind that this is how I want to operate and this is how I want to act. And like I don't have very many goals in life. Maybe to like my goals are like to have a family and to just make my family proud. Honest to God, I can change my career path.
You're gonna succeed.
100 different times.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll continue to succeed as long as everybody's proud of me
You're good.
and I'm proud of myself, and I like can create a family and sustain life like that. Those are my set in stone goals. That's it, really.
Well, you answered my last question without me even asking.
What the fun fact?
Well, the fun fact, and you just talked about success. You just wrapped it all up for me, so this was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for being on.
Thank you.
This is great, and now I get to do my fun little read off my phone because I haven't memorized any of this.
No.
It's okay. That's a wrap on another episode of Transform Tales. Thank you again, Connor Kelly.
Thank you.
I hope this discussion has inspired you to consider transformation in your own life. I'm Brooke Addis, reminding you that your next chapter might be your best one yet.